I was always a big fan of the Cleveland show. So, when I stumbled upon a lost episode of the show called Cleveland Drown on a dark web forum, I couldn't help but feel a twinge of curiosity. Little did I know, watching that episode would be the biggest mistake of my life. The time was 6:30 a.m. on a beautiful summer Tuesday, the day that I was scheduled off from the job that I had at the time. I started my morning installing the episode onto my hard drive, eager to see something never before aired to the public. I spent that morning like any other day, brewing myself a nice cup of hot coffee and taking a nice warm shower. Although the title of the episode was rather unusual, I did not think much of it, brushing it off as just another quirky title by Seth MacFarlane. With 2020 hindsight, I should have realized that I was in for something truly horrifying. With my excitement, I couldn't help but watch the episode as soon as it finished installing. I opened it, and the normal Cleveland show intro we all love had started to play. The episode began like any other Cleveland show episode, with the loud and boisterous Cleveland Brown tackling life's oddities head-on with a little help from his family and friends of Stu Bend, Virginia. In this episode, Cleveland was taking his family on a private boating adventure. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and everything seemed perfect. However, it wasn't long before things began to take a dark turn. As Cleveland was admiring the views, he slipped on a wet patch on the deck and tumbled over the railing and into the lake. His family quickly rushed to the edge of the boat to see if he was okay, but as he struggled to stay afloat, his family quickly realized he was in trouble. I was hoping for this to be another setup for a running gag on the show where a character named Mr. Flipper would come to the aid of anyone in troubling waters. But nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to watch. His family frantically tried to come to his aid. Cleveland continued to gasp for breath and flail around in the water. But no matter how hard he tried, it was clear he wasn't going to make it. His children stood on the sidelines, screaming and crying as they watched their father slip away. I began to feel uneasy as it never takes this long for Mr. Flippers to appear. In fact, with the horrifying screams, it was clear there was no help coming at all. As Cleveland's body slowly sank into the murky depths of the lake, the screen quickly cut to black. I sat there, frozen in fear, as the eerie sound of crying children filled my room from my speakers. The sound of their cries seemed to last for an eternity. Finally, the screen faded back in to show a real-life photograph of a drowned man floating in water. His eyes were cold and dead, and they seemed to be leaking blood from the corners. I was horrified as I watched the photograph slowly zoom in, revealing more and more of the grisly details of the man's death. It appeared that the man had been there for so long that the various fish and creatures in the lake had been feasting on his corpse for food. The crying only grew louder and more frantic as time went on. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't take it anymore and quickly shut off my computer. But it was too late. The damage had been done. I couldn't get the image of that drowned man out of my head, nor could I shake the screams of those children. Now, every night, I'm haunted by the memory of Cleveland Drown. The episode has become my worst nightmare, and I'm too scared to ever watch a TV show ever again. I never thought that I would have nightmares that would shake me to the core. But the haunting image of Cleveland Brown screaming at me for help as blood drips from his eyes and water pours out of his mouth has been ingrained in my mind. I see him clearly, standing in front of me, his face distorted in agony. His eyes are bloodshot and bulging, and tears mixed with blood roll down his cheeks. His mouth moves, but only water gushes out of it, making it seem as if he had been drowning. The sheer horror of the situation froze me, and I couldn't move or speak. I want to help him, but I don't know how. His screams reverberate in my ears, haunting me even after I wake up. I cannot stress this enough. Whatever you do, please, please, never watch the episode, Cleveland Drown, and avoid Cleveland Drown at all costs. It's not worth the trauma it will inevitably cause.